Keyshawn Johnson with you today. You can give us a call, 888-SAY-ESPN. Guys, it's another day and another day of a Lamar Jackson contract watch. And the deadline, according to Lamar Jackson, because he said he's not going to negotiate this deal during the regular season, is fast approaching that for the Ravens to get something done here. There are reports, Fox Sports is now reporting, that apparently the Ravens have offered Lamar Jackson another offer, and it is something more than what Kyler Murray got, something more than Kyler Murray's $230.5 million deal, his $160 million guaranteed. Apparently, reportedly, Lamar Jackson turned down that deal. I guess he wants more in terms of guaranteed money, maybe something more like what Deshaun Watson got at $230 million guaranteed, every single dollar of it. Keyshawn, are you surprised to hear that he turned down more than Kyler money?
No, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I think when you start looking at it, he hasn't missed any time doing anything, right? So what I mean by that is, as they get closer to the regular season, the pressure points start to kick in. There's nothing missing right now. So to turn it down today and collect it tomorrow is what he's betting on. And telling them, I don't know, the closer it gets, they'll continue to move the needle closer to where he wants to be. And I think he'll get close to the 230. But the $230 million that Deshaun signed, which was fully guaranteed, I think he'll get close to it. I don't think he will get it. And the reason I don't believe he'll get it is because those are two situations that are totally different. The Cleveland Browns were in a situation that they had to do exactly what Deshaun and his representatives wanted them to do because they needed to address the quarterback situation at another level. And the Baltimore Ravens, I'm sure, telling Lamar Jackson that this is not the Cleveland Browns, and they set a certain precedent for their organization, but we'll set a precedent in terms of making you the highest paid guaranteed money of anybody other than Deshaun.
Yeah, when I look at this situation, and Steve Bisciotti, he even came out and he's been very vocal about Deshaun Watson getting $230 million guaranteed. I'm pretty sure he was not happy with the Haslams for giving him that contract. And when you look at a guy like Lamar Jackson, I think, like Keyshawn said, as the regular season starts to move forward and you get closer and closer to that time, I think the Baltimore Ravens would cave a lot more because, let's be honest, Tyler Huntley's playing very, very well. He did a great job when he filled in for Lamar Jackson last year. He's been phenomenal in preseason this year, but he's not Lamar Jackson. And we cannot forget that before Lamar Jackson got hurt last year, this team was 8-3, and they were number one in the AFC. So, and that's with everybody being hurt, the team being decimated by injury. So when you look at all those things, he's been an MVP. He's the face of a franchise. He doesn't have the off-the-field issues or whatnot. You want to kind of give him close to what he wants, if not everything that he wants. Now, is he going to get that? That's up for another discussion. I don't think he's going to get exactly $230 million because you just don't see contracts being fully guaranteed at the National Football League. Deshaun Watson was the first one. But I do believe he deserves to get paid a significant amount of money, a lot more in my eyes than Kyler Murray's guaranteed $160 million. I see somewhere in the $200 million range. Will he get 230? I don't think so, but it still should be somewhere in the 200s.
Amber, do this for me really quick, because I'm not very good at math. 160 to 230. What's that gap?
Oh, do not. Listen, you are not putting me on the spot.
That's a $70
with
gap.
math. But yes, Harry Douglas got you.
It's a $70 million gap.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to go, in my opinion, from 160 to 230. They sure in the hell isn't going to go from 160 to 250 if he decide not to play this year. Play but bet on himself. They're not going to. It's just they don't make that type of leaps and bounds in the National Football League with these owners. We may see $2 million to $5 million. Okay, that's a small, but we're not going to see a $70, $80, $90 million jump of guaranteed money essentially with the same years. They're just not going to do it.
The Watson deal feels like such an outlier deal to me
It
because of
certainly
everything you said, like the desperation of the Browns. And Harry brought up the Ravens owner's comments, Steve Bisciotti's comments. They came at the owners' meetings right off of that Deshaun Watson deal. When that news broke, Bisciotti was pretty clear. I don't like that. I don't like all that guaranteed money, but just because they did it doesn't mean we have to do it. I feel like the messaging was pretty clear. Hey, we're willing to pay you a whole lot. But that kind of guaranteed money, that's not going to set the new standard in the NFL.
No, it doesn't. I hope Lamar gets every single penny because he deserves every single penny. Take the Ravens and Steve Bisciotti for every cent you can. There's no question about it, because the moment that you are no good to them, guess what they're going to do to you? They're going to send you packing. So you certainly need to cash in as much as you can, as fast as you can. And if I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm not even thinking about, which I don't believe he is, thinking about stepping on the field without securing what we like to call the bag.
Got to get the bag. Got to
get
that
the bag.
Got to have that Brinks truck being backed up to your home. I don't see him going out there on that football field. I hope he doesn't. Now, the way he's approaching everything, but at the same time, I wouldn't question Lamar Jackson. But you do need somebody in this corner to say, hey, listen, my man, this is generational wealth money. And you can change a lot of things within your family down the line over and over and over and over and over and over again. Don't step out on that football field and risk everything, because I don't agree with people when they say, okay, Dak got hurt, Dak hurt himself. Lamar Jackson can still get the same money. Those are two different type of players, and they're utilized totally differently.
Yeah, look, man, circumstances and situations are different, okay? Just because they did it for Dak at a certain time in a period, Dak Prescott wasn't asking for $230 million in guaranteed money. There's a big difference there. 150 and 230, that's a long ways to go. And so I think when, you mentioned people in his camp, he has a strong camp. There's no question about it. His mom is strong-willed. His advisors. See, a lot of people just think it's him and his mother. There are lawyers and advisors that work with them. And I'm sure they're telling him, we're going to take it all the way up to the edge, but we ain't going to jump. We ain't no damn fools here. I think that, they know we're going to take it all the way to the edge. And at some point when you get to the edge, again, it might not be 230. It might be 210. Or it might be 212.
Not to lose.
Or it might be 199.
It's hard to imagine that if he got injured without a deal in place, that the market wouldn't reset at all, right? I mean, if he wants to over 230 guaranteed now, it's hard to imagine that if he got injured that wouldn't be some sort of adjustment, even if there'd probably still be a market for Lamar Jackson even coming off of an injury, of course, but I don't know if you're saving yourself money with all the risk involved. So we'll see if he ends up playing in the regular season. So far, all indications are that he will play and that he would even let them franchise tag him next season if he doesn't have a deal in place, but it's hard to imagine with a quarterback of his level. Coming up on